Welcome one, welcome all to part 25 of Let's Play Knights of the Old Republic. I was going to try to add a level in between episodes, killing those big bad race, but I was getting impatient. I got killed and just like, we don't need it. Our Force Whirlwind has made a huge difference. That last couple parts have consisted of me struggling in Tatooine, blaming the game for poor design, which is kind of true, but also Force Whirlwind makes some of those fights a lot easier, so I should have adopted that a little bit earlier in the game. You there, of your kind, can you help Isis of Jawa? There are troubles from the ghosts among the sands.
Statement. It is doubtful he can be clearer. Their language is difficult even for droids. He is using a trade language to try and help.
The trouble is yours, not of Jawa. We must use language of trade because we listen complicated to what we say simply. There's no problem for Jawa to have for you. You do not have ears, you have the ears that do not listen. Yeah, I missed this guy before. As I say, leader of the tribe, that is mine. I am the same in kind, the leader that stands before your tribe. There are troubles that we have. The giants made of sand, they are horned ghosts that take us away.
Translation. 98% probability that members of the miniature organics tribe are being held by Sand People Master. Doubtless, he wishes assistance.
What about the other two?
Translation. 2% probability that the miniature organic is simply looking for trouble and needs to be blasted. That may be wishful thinking on my part, Master.
Zerka isn't helping him. These are things I know, yes. Those come from that. From those that came before the guide to lights. So they'll trade info about the star map. It can be made of this and that. Okay.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so the graphics are actually quite nice for how old the game is. But yeah, the big thing that's changed these battles has been me acquiring Force Whirlwind and using that to affect an advantage in combat. Even at this level, these guys are worth 500 experience apiece, so I shouldn't ignore that I can fight and kill them. Yeah, I did like the first 4 of these, then I came to fight another 4, and that's when I died. Now they're getting will saves, which is getting really annoying. Come on, hit it. Yeah, it's quite the area. Disable the mines. Oh yeah, if we go back. I didn't show the other gate. The other pathway transition. I thought I needed to go this way, but the Eastern Dunes Sea continues to a barren horizon, but there are signs that people have passed this way. Occasional stone is marking a path, but it's not really decipherable. It's kind of a come back later thing. So we actually do. The big pile of death was actually what we needed to get through. And you probably can go around the interesting. There's nothing back here from the looks of it. So that leads to the same Dune Sea. Johnny, please. There's really not that much out here. And we should do a lot of saves in case we do stumble upon the enclave we're looking for. Which I think that's it.
I'm here.
Slam Twi'lek with a thermal detonator. I just kind of go around the map in a way that makes it difficult to really miss anything. Life support pack. What does the bantha fodder do? I will probably pursue the peaceful solution. But if I can get a couple of gaffy sticks outside, then I'll get some money. Attacking anything inside the compound is going to probably be disastrous. The Sand People Warriors obviously recognized, and I was astounded that you were here. Your disguise may have allowed you past the turrets outside, but it was ineffective at close range.
Interjection. One moment. I believe I understood that, Master. It may not have been his intention, but he did actually communicate something. Translation. Result. I believe I have succeeded in confusing him, Master. We have shown an interest not common among outsiders. Translation. Translation. He is expressing disbelief, as am I, but his duty requires that he report to his chieftain. Extrapolation. It would seem that we are at least worthy of curiosity for the moment. I would much rather this get bloody, Master, but it is your call.
And this chieftain clearly despises all outsiders.
Translation. I can translate with some guarantee of accuracy that he is demanding to know why he should let us survive this encounter, Master.
I mean, I could fight them all, but there's a lot of them. So, even if you want to go dark side, it's difficult to, like, just kill them all.
Translation. Translation. He claims he has no reason to believe you, Master. Your kind have tainted this land with machines and uncaring, ignorant feet. Translation. He requires proof of good faith. We must make a contribution to his people that shows we are not a threat. Shall I blast him now, Master?
Ask what it is that he wants.
Translation. Translation. He plans to move his people farther from Anchorhead, but they need to build up stores of water first. He says you must aid him. Translation. He wants moisture evaporators from the Zerka. If you deliver them, he will order that his people reduce their attacks on miners. Translation. Translation. He says that will never happen, Master. Ignorant outsiders continually desecrate their most reverential customs. This will always demand a response, an attitude I can respect. Protocol. From his perspective, a reduction is already a large step. It is doubtful you will get agreement on much more than that. Translation. Translation. He does not believe you, Master. We will only be allowed to re-enter the Enclave when we have the evaporators with us. Translation. We are to be escorted outside. He will wait, but he doesn't believe we are coming back.
What?
Alright, so we're gonna go and get his evaporators. I should have brought up the Jawas, but we'll do that later. Hopefully we still can. You can if you want, just try to attack your way through. Such a walk. Yeah, we're gonna fight these guys each way through. It should work out. They're easy if you nail them. Two or one at a time. Easy money, as we call it. And we get down to this point, and I think we can just take them both down.
For the order!
Just easy money. It's probably a good time to do a separate game save just in case something goes contrary to what I'm expecting. Probably should have just returned to the hideout. It probably would have been much quicker.
Ki mulira kun kin.
Alright, we're gonna just save over to...
Greetings again from the offices of Zerga Corporation. Is this about bounties or something else? I see that, but do you have the all-important chieftains, Gaffy? That was what you agreed to get for us.
Just the regular ones.
Then I'll take those off your hands, but the real prize is still out there. Yes, we're still waiting for you to return. We don't have any new information on this, and I would remind you that you did agree.
There may be a non-violent solution to this.
I should remind you that you were not retained as a diplomatic representative. You are a hunter, and should go after your prey as we agreed. You are not authorized to do anything other than deliver what was promised. Do so, and don't talk of this foolishness again. Of course, for your needs here, we maintain a fully stocked storehouse. Certainly. Please pose your questions to the representative kiosk on Coruscant. Business hours, please. I suppose you're right. It's not like you can't tell the state of things just by looking around. Mining operations here have not been a success. The ore is substandard, and there's less of it than surveys indicated. With the Sand People raids on top of it all, it's no wonder this planet has been abandoned before. I assume that by out of the... I'm afraid... Fair...
Okay, we got some credits. Alright, hold on, I'm gonna look this quest up. I'll be right back.
Ki mulira kunkin.
Do you have any moisture evaporators?
Chiwi aita ka chong chicha. Agi inko tune chuna mulira.
Well, normally from the spaces.
Mama chikona. Tonki pa nonku nek abog.
You look like a moisture farmer. What do you want them for? You encourage the sand to exchange with the Sand People to stop their attacks.
Chiwa aita kan kicha na chupornibo.
Exactly the kind of peace that the Circle Corporation doesn't like to support the policies. I like it.
Chiwi aita ka chong chicha. Agi inko tune chuna mulira.
I have two of the finest evaporators that the Circle Corporation produces. Of course, I produce one model now.
Don't hit wama aki inko tune.
Could you be persuaded to lower the price?
Baba Hassan Shan. No ba mulira jilai kuka.
Circus cost, not yours.
Kakinja nawabakaon. Bagwa shan kontimachi tum. Baba Hassan. Kakinja nawabakaon. Bagwa shan kontimachi.
Of course I want to lower the price. The circuit regulations, who cares about them?
Kimba chalora kun. Baba Hassan Shan. No ba mulira jilai kuka. Kakinja nawabakaon. Bagwa shan kontimachi tum.
I didn't get dark side points for that. Weird.
Ki mulira kun kin. Chi.
Bet you just ask them for moisture evaporators. And we can make some of our money back by selling red plates. Where are they? Where are they? There they are. Unlimited monies. Yeah, it's been a long time since I've done this. So I thought you had to convince the lady to part with the evaporators, but you just... talk to that Rhodian, which is not what you would consider obvious, because you usually just like, yeah, he's just a merchant. Like, what's he gonna do for me? All right. I was trying to get a few more dark side points to try to offset the light we're about to get. Because I'm gonna do this peaceful solution. Again, I barely cleared this first area. Palace full of sand people guards doesn't seem like the kind of thing we're going to want to do. Just in case I missed it. I could kill these guys, but it's gonna make this whole thing take like another 5 minutes. Which will break the Sand People story up into 2 parts, which we really don't want. It's basically a fetch quest. Through the layers of wrappings, you can tell the Sand People warriors disgusted by your presence.
This guard doesn't appear honored to have the job of greeting us.
We have the moisture converters.
Translation. Translation. He will take us before the chieftain, as he was instructed to do. Translation. He did not expect us to return, Master. He wonders if we have brought the moisture evaporators.
Yep.
Translation. Translation. He does not trust you, Master, but you have done more than any other outsider. They will not attack, and he grants you his chieftain's gaffy as reward. Translation. The attacks will be reduced, and he will allow you to explore this enclave, but be warned that any lack of respect will result in death.
I have a few questions for him.
Protocol. If you truly want this sadly peaceful arrangement to continue, be careful of what you ask. Clarification. We must be more specific, Master. They capture many organics.
Knows about the Jawas.
Translation. Translation. He says that the captive Jawas are slaves and that they have lived past their usefulness. You may take them if you wish.
Let's go back to my other questions.
Protocol. We should not keep him long. It is an insult to take too much of his time. Unless the plan is to blast him when you are done, of course.
Ask about the star map.
Translation. Translation. He says that what you seek is far from here in the eastern Dune Sea. He will give you a map so you can find your way. Translation. His people found it, but didn't scavenge it because a crate dragon took up residence in the excavation. Translation. Translation. Your ignorance isn't his concern. He claims there is a hunter that wanders the area sometimes and that you should ask him. Translation. The hunter is a Twi'lek. He will be in the eastern Dune Sea somewhere.
I want information on Sand People culture.
Protocol. This will be a very sensitive topic, Master. You will want to be careful with your questions or risk offending him. Not that that is much of a worry. Translation. Translation. He says that the fact that you have to ask, this is just one more example of your ignorance as an outsider, Master. He says you are blind. Translation. His people believe they are part of the land, living with it. You and your kind dare to raise yourself above it. You remove yourself. Translation. That act of removal makes you an outsider, separate from all that is important. You could never understand how unwelcome you are.
Tell me the history of the clan.
Translation. Translation. He says that he will not, Master. There is one storyteller in each clan, and only he may recite the histories. Translation.
Or meet the storyteller.
Translation. He says that you don't understand. They must never be told to someone who might say them incorrectly out of ignorance. Translation. To speak them in error is a blasphemy punishable by death. Only their greatest warriors are even permitted to listen to the tales. Translation. Translation. He doesn't know, Master. His people usually kill outsiders. Since you are an outsider yourself, that would not suffice. Translation. The greatest challenge for a warrior is to face a crate dragon, the largest predator on Tatooine. Fight one of those, and bring back a dragon pearl. Discussed. I think he's making fun of you, Master. He doesn't believe an outsider could do such a thing. Translation. Translation. He says there is a dragon in the eastern Dune Sea that you could sacrifice yourself to. You already have a map to the area. Translation. There is a hunter, a Twi'lek, that is sometimes seen out there. Perhaps he would be of some help. Translation.
What is a dragon pearl?
Translation. Stones polished in the gullet of the beast. Apparently they are valuable items. Protocol. Translation. Translation. We are free to leave.
I think looting these bins is bad. Selecting any of their containers again will prove. Yeah, you can't loot. In fact, I should load the game just so I don't accidentally do it. The corpses, I think, are okay to loot, but their property is not. You're from the Old City News. I was supposed to send you coming. Are you a rescuer? You must be. Yep, okay. Still need to talk to his he'll trade fair, thank you. But as you can see, there's like 3 here alone. And here's another 3. That's probably not a good idea. I don't even know if these items are even worthwhile to loot. I can see if we were to decide to loot and kill them, it will get very bloody. Wait, we're making that good progress. Hit him. quick battle. After struggling with this first area, we finally made some really good progress. To Anchorhead. And we'll go ahead and call her an episode here. We'll be back. We'll talk to the Jawa. We'll go and give the chieftain stick to the Zerka lady. And we'll just progress the Tatooine story arc as much as we can. Till then, to be continued.